5 elegance rule that I think every man should know. I think we live in a world where the standards are at an all-time low, and if we could learn to be a bit more elegant, to master a bit of etiquette and learn to behave ourselves in society, I think the world would be a far better place. And I'm gonna give you 5 tips to keep in mind, to try and always follow and live by, to make sure you become a more elegant person, and I think that can really help you out in life. Number 1, always stand up when greeting someone. There's nothing worse than shaking hands with someone that just remains sat at the table. If you're joining a friend's group or whatever the situation is, it's very impolite to remain seated as you shake hands with someone. Even worse, in cultures like in France, here we do this thing called la bise, where you give 2 kisses on the cheek, and some people will remain sat when doing that, and I find it extremely rude. But on the other hand, you standing up when someone enters the room really shows a lot of respect and appreciation for this person, and I think it will always be appreciated by them. So rule number 1, always stand up when greeting someone. Rule number 2, never serve yourself first. It's something I've been guilty of, but my girlfriend have corrected me many times, following her Asian family traditions, where you always serve the elders first. You serve the grandmother, and then the parents, and then the children get served last. And I think it makes a lot of sense, and sometimes you just want to really serve yourself first because it feels like it's more efficient, and then you pass the plate to someone else, or you pass the drinks or whatever. But really, if you always take the time and does the effort of thinking to ask someone, would you like me to serve you, and serve the other person first, it puts you in a position of provider, someone that is generous, not selfish, and this will also be very appreciated. And along those lines, don't be the first one to drink or eat. Wait for everybody to be served, and you either cheer and then you start eating. Never go fetch something for yourself without asking anyone if they want you to bring back something for them as well. Just do not be selfish when it comes to what you're eating, what you're drinking, or even some other things. Always remember to ask about the other person and serve them first. Serve yourself last. That's very polite, and that's how an elegant man should do it. Rule number 3, kind of along the line of number 2, when someone offers you something or lets you go first or serves you first, always accept it. Don't argue. Don't try to out-polite them by saying, no, I'll do it, blah, blah, blah. Just accept their offer. This is first polite. This is respectful because you show appreciation for their efforts. And it just avoids this stupid situation of you go first. No, you go first. No, please, I insist. No, if someone offers you something, someone holds the door for you, even if it's a girl, appreciate it. Say thank you, accept the gift, carry on with your life. I just find that sometimes people just lose their frame just because they can't accept an offer, sometimes even a compliment. When you are on a journey to become a more elegant and polite person, you will realize that you need to be in a giver mode a lot of times. But it's also important to learn to be on the receiver side from time to time. If you receive a service, if you receive a compliment, learning to receive it, say thank you, give a smile, and move on with your life is much better than trying to argue, to explain yourself, or to try and instantly pay your debt. That's not how it works. And so just learning to take a compliment and to accept someone's offer is also very important. Number 4, write well, even when texting, even when leaving a comment on YouTube or Instagram or whatever. The way you express yourself tells a lot about who you are, how you respect yourself, how you respect the other person, and just how important it is for you to show yourself in a good light. And so when you send a message that is filled with errors, or that it tells that you just wrote it as fast as you can, this is not something that the other person will appreciate. It shows that you didn't take the time for them. And on the other side, it just breaks the respect people have for you. It shows you in a more unintellectual light. And yeah, the way a man express himself makes him as elegant as the way he dresses himself. It tells a lot about who you are as a person, and so you should keep that in mind. And then rule number 5, which is going to be the last for today. When in conversation, learn to ask questions. People love to talk about themselves, and that leads with 2 problems. Either you will talk too much about yourself and will monopolize the conversation, and that's a problem. And you also know that on the other point of view, you don't like to be sat in a conversation where the other person is only talking about themselves. So we want this to go both ways. But the other great thing is, because people love to talk about themselves so much, if you learn to ask questions, it can help keep the conversation going. People will feel unconsciously, they will appreciate you even more, because when they are in your presence, they can just, talk about themselves, and they feel good about it because you learn to ask the right questions. But it's also about being truly interested in what the other person is saying to you. If they are telling you about their holiday or an anecdote or something they're reading at the moment, by just asking a few questions, just shows interest. It just shows that you are really listening, that you want to learn to get to know that person even more. And so learning to ask questions, in my opinion, is a skill that a lot of people are lacking. People just like to talk about themselves, and when the other person is talking, they're just waiting for the next opportunity to bring back the conversation and the topic on themselves. By asking questions, you take control over the situation. You avoid these moments where you feel extremely frustrated, and you make the other person enjoy your company even more, because they feel genuinely loved and appreciated by your presence, which is, I would say again, extremely important. So there you go, guys. 5 tips to live by, to remember, to keep in mind. Stand up to say hello. Never serve yourself first. Always accept someone's offer. Write well and ask questions. If you can do that and practice that on a daily basis, you will instantly become a more elegant person. These are things that will be heavily appreciated, and I think it's just snowballs in the long run. It's just going to bring you much more positivity in your life, appreciation from other person, but also self-respect for yourself, because you know that you are a good person, you know that you are a giver, you know that you are genuinely interested in showing respect for others and listening to them. So follow these rules. Let me know if there are some other rules that you like to live by and you think are also important for all men to follow. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.